The 3 ways to make more money are to charge more, get people to buy more, and get people to buy more often. With bridal party shirts, you're accomplishing number 2 because you're not just selling one shirt, you're selling 5 to 10 plus shirts for the entire group. And I'll show you what I mean. So here on Etsy, I will type in bachelorette party shirts. And you'll notice as I begin typing in my keyword, it will autofill with different keywords that I could potentially target in the future, as well as different sub niches that I could design for. So we have bachelorette party shirts funny, beach, Nashville, retro, disco, rodeo, wine, country. And with the EverBee Chrome extension tool, it will also show you monthly searches for each specific keyword. So for bachelorette party shirts, you'll see there's over 2,000 monthly searches, indicating that this is a great keyword to target, as well as a great niche to design in because there is such a high volume for this specific keyword. And I know a lot of you may be thinking, yes, it has a high search volume, but this is an extremely saturated niche. And I would agree that this is an extremely competitive niche to go into, but it doesn't mean you can't have success. No matter how saturated a niche is, if you're willing and able to create something that is unique and different based off of trending elements, you are able to stand out and really make money in any niche. There are a lot of really awesome designs here, and you'll notice as I scroll through the first page, the opportunity that there is with bridal party shirts. So the first example, here comes the bride, and then here comes the party. This is a prime example of getting your customer to buy more. So instead of just buying one individual shirt, they will be buying a shirt for the bride as well as for the entire bridal party. Here's another great example of selling more to your customer to make more money. So the bride says bride on cloud wine, and then the bridal party, they all have different text-based designs that you can choose from. Another example here, wife of the party, and then all of the bridal party wears the party. And so I hope you start to see the potential with selling bridal party shirts. It's a great way to make more money and to really increase the revenue and sales in your store. I'm now going to run my product analytics tool here. This is with EverBee, and this will give me estimated stats on those listings that I saw on the first page. So I'll go ahead and sort this by estimated revenue in the last month. And just to give you an idea of what you can make within this niche, the top one did $48,000 in revenue. The next one is sunglasses. It did close to $9,000, $7,000, $7,000, $6,000, $6,000. And the majority of these listings really aren't that old for the type of revenue that they're generating. So the top performing one is 7 months old, next one 4 months, 6 months, 3 months, 3 months. So really within 3 to 6 months, you can create a listing that will start generating you similar revenue as long as you create something that's unique and different and stands out. Now I want to talk about a specific listing that really stood out to me when I was preparing for this video because there's a lot to learn on how they structured and built out their listing. This listing is a bestseller. It has over 20 people having it in their cart. It has 93 reviews, so you know the formula that they are using is working and converting. And I want to make it very clear, do not go and copy this listing because I can promise you if you do, you are too late to the game and any customer is going to purchase from this shop rather than purchasing from a brand new listing that you create, completely copying this listing because they have social proof, it has the bestseller badge, etc. And it's just bad etiquette to go and copy other sellers. And really bringing something new to the marketplace is the best and fastest way to find success on Etsy. So I want to break down this listing and see what it is that they're doing and what is working. So first off, they're using really high quality and professional mockups that are simple and the focus is 100% on the design. You can see the placement of their design looks very realistic. They are using a model mockup, which I highly recommend doing in your own store because your customers can really imagine how it looks and how it fits on themselves. If you want to use flat lays as well, you can, but I highly recommend making sure you have at least 1 or 2 of your listing photos being model mockups. The next thing that I noticed is they are utilizing the video feature. So they're highlighting a 5-star review that they received from one of their customers. Again, they show the review and then the design with the mockup, and it's a moving image, which is really nice, catches your attention. It just shows social proof that people are buying it and they're loving it. You'll notice they have another model mockup showing the back design, and then they highlight a few things in their business. So quick processing times, ethical manufacturing. It's a support women-owned business, so supporting our shop means supporting a small 1-woman and 1-dog team business. Customization is available. And then lastly, she highlights quality control. So these are different things that customers want to know, and this is a great addition to help with conversion within your store. Their next listing photo covers their material of their shirt that they're selling, and they highlight different points here. And then they have another listing photo for testimonials with more reviews within their shop. And then they also use a listing photo for how they print. So they do direct-to-garment printing. They highlight different features of why direct-to-garment printing is superior to other types of printing. So again, the seller's doing such a great job of sharing all of the necessary information their customer would want to know within their listing photos, leaving no questions for their customer. And I can guarantee the reason why this listing is performing so well is one, because the design that they created is very nice, but also because of the way they built out their listing and the information that they included within their listing photos and description. The last few photo cards here, they talk about their shipping time, so how long it takes to ship. And then lastly, they have their size chart with the measurements of their shirts. And then they also mention how you achieve the oversized look for yourself, the size that the model is wearing. So the model shown above is wearing an extra large and is regularly a size medium, and their height is 5'6". They are targeting keywords that are related to the design that they created. They are offering sizes small through 3XL. I also like that they give the customer the option to choose the design placement, so they can choose if they want to print it on the front or on the back of the shirt. And then lastly, they're taking advantage of personalization, which is a big advantage because a lot of customers come to Etsy for that reason, because they want to order a personalized product. And something to note with personalization, I think it's important, if you are going to include this in your store, to keep it simple so that it doesn't overload you with work. And this is a prime example of keeping it simple, because the only thing that the seller would have to do is go in and change the last name to whatever the name is that the customer requested. Within their description, they shared some really important information for sizing, and then they highlighted different important details that they want their customer to know. And I like what they said at the end of their descriptions. So they say, this product is made especially for you as soon as you place an order, which is why it takes us a bit longer to deliver it to you. Making products on demand instead of in bulk helps reduce overproduction, so thank you for making thoughtful purchasing decisions. And then the last thing I want to note is they are offering free shipping, so this is something that you could consider for your own store. I know there's a lot of talk about if you should charge for shipping or if you should offer free shipping or do the free shipping guarantee, but I really think it just comes down to experimenting in your own shop and seeing what works best for you. There's no one right way. I've seen shops that do well with charging for shipping, and then I've seen shops that do well with offering free shipping. And I've experienced this myself within our own stores. Now I want to get an idea of what type of profit they are making per shirt. So with the EverBee Chrome extension tool, I can select Analyze Listing, and it will generate a lot of valuable information on recent activity of this listing. So the estimated revenue for this listing last month was $4,781. It sold 112 times. The total sales of this listing is 328. It's only 9 months old. It has a lot of engagement, so they have over 900 favorites and 93 reviews. So to think that one design that you create can start generating you close to $5,000 per month is really exciting. You really could be just one design away from changing the course of your shop. So if you're feeling discouraged, just keep creating high quality designs, because you never know what design it will be that will take off for you. So they're selling Comfort Colors, which is an extremely popular shirt to sell on Etsy. If we go ahead and run the profit calculator, we can get an idea of what they're making per shirt. EverBee will automatically fill in the price that they are charging, as well as if they're charging for shipping, and if they're offering any type of sale, that will automatically be added. And you will also notice that they give an estimate of what the cost of item is and the shipping cost, but we will need to adjust this. If I jump over to Printify, you'll see they have a huge variety of different types of shirts you can sell, as well as different products. So really your options are endless when it comes to print on demand, but for this specific listing, we'll see what it costs to sell the brand Comfort Colors. So there are a lot of different print providers to choose from for this specific shirt, but I highly recommend SwiftPOD. They have high ratings, and I've been using them for a long time, and overall I've been very happy and satisfied with their business. So for this example, we will see what it costs to sell a white small. If you aren't paying for Printify Premium, it will cost you $17.52, but if you do pay for Printify Premium, it will only cost you $13.49, which I highly recommend. If you want to try out Printify Premium, I have a link down in the description, and you can use code Brennan and it'll give you a 30-day free trial. But it helps reduce your costs and allows you to make higher profits. So $13.49 for the base cost, and for shipping to the US it costs $4.75. So the cost of item is $13.49, and then the shipping cost is $4.75. And I'll go ahead and select calculate. So the profit that they make for a white small is $10.92. After doing trend research, we are now ready to create our design. And there are a lot of different ways you can take a design that is working and improve upon it and do your own spin off of it. The first way is by taking a phrase that is already working and then changing the font style, the color, the graphics, etc. Another example is to take a style or elements that are working in one niche and use it in a different niche. So for this example, we could create a design for the nurse niche. So we'd say future nurse and then the last name. Another great strategy is to add more variety and options for your customers. So this listing specifically is for the bride, but we could easily create more designs for the bridal party and then include that within our listing. And that's a win-win for us because now we're not going to only sell one shirt, we're going to sell multiple shirts for the entire bridal party. And then the last strategy is changing the phrase entirely, but using elements that are working so we know that the retro font and that retro style really works well and sells well. So that's something that we'd consider and keep within our future design if we want to. But be creative, think of different ways you can add upon this and make it 100% your own. And something that I love to do when I'm coming up with new phrases or new designs is by utilizing AI. It's such a great way for the brainstorming process. So for this example, if I want to come up with more phrases for the bridal party niche, I could easily use ChatGPT to come up with new phrase ideas for designs that I could create. So for this example, my prompt is going to be, give me 10 cute soon-to-be bride shirt sayings. And I'll be as specific as saying less than 5 words. And here are 10 great ideas that we could potentially use in our own store. So bride to be, future misses, almost misses, then you plug in the last name, engaged and adored, bride vibes only, forever together, etc. And if you don't like any of these ideas, you can say give me 5 more. And there we go, we have 5 new great ideas. So misses, then you plug in the last name, in training, bride squad assemble, here comes the bride, engaged and excited, team bride forever. And as I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, when we were searching a specific keyword, it gave us different sub-niches that we could design in, and one of them was disco. So if you wanted more ideas for a sub niche, you could do make it disco themed. And now we have disco themed phrases within this specific bridal party niche. And something to note, anytime you're using AI to help with the brainstorming process, make sure you are checking for trademarks before you begin the designing process. Now we are ready to begin the designing process, and we will use Kittl's templates, which will allow us to create more high quality and professional designs. And you see there's a lot of different options to choose from here. You can search specific templates, you can search specific categories. So for example, if you're looking for a more retro themed template, we'll select this one here and look at all of the different options that you can choose from. And they make it super user friendly. You can easily edit the text, the graphics, the color. By using Kittl's templates, it allows you to create high quality designs at a very fast rate. So I really like this template here, and I think this will be a great base for what I want to do with my design. So once you find one that you like, you'll go ahead and select it, and then you'll select use this design. Now we can easily edit this template and make it 100% our own. So I'll go ahead and delete the pineapple, and I'll move these elements out of the way. And then I'll make this pattern slightly larger. And now I'm going to change the text here, so you can just double click on the text and change it to say whatever you want. And I'll say future misses. And I want to reposition future misses, so I'll select it, and I'm going to change the angle of it to 0. And I'll make it slightly bigger so it'll match my lower text here. And now I will change this text, so I can double click on it, and I'll plug in a last name. And if you get this error code, you just have to make the text smaller. So I'll go over here to the right hand side. Next to font size, I'll double click and change this to 100 and then hit enter. And I'll make this slightly larger. Now we are ready to add our graphic. So if I go to the left hand side here, and then down at the bottom I can select Kittl AI. With Kittl AI you can generate different images with just one click. So what you do is you describe what you want to see, so you give it a prompt, and then you can select different image styles. So you see there's a lot of different styles to choose from. They also have different clip art styles to choose from, vector styles. You can even do patterns here with their AI. So for the example today, I would do this kawaii icon clip art style. And for the prompt, I would say bride and groom dancing. And then you would select generate image. So this specific image that the AI generated for me, I don't love it as much as the one that I generated earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and use the one that I already generated. So for future reference, after you've generated an image, it will save it to your uploads. And if you want to access those, you can go over here to the left-hand side and select uploads, and all of the different images that you generated will be right here. So instead of using this one, I will go ahead and use that first one that I generated. And some really cool features within Kittl is you can easily remove the background. So they have their AI background remover. All that you have to do is select this. So now we have the background removed. Another really cool feature is you can vectorize this image. So again, on the right hand side, select image vectorizer, and now we have a vectorized image. But for this example, I won't be doing that, so I'll go ahead and select undo. You can also easily adjust the image that AI generated for you. So you can change the brightness, contrast, saturation, the vibrance. You can change the hue of the image. You can blur it, add more noise, pixelate it, etc. So we'll do the last final touches to our design here. Then I'll bring the last name up here and center it. And now I will bring these stars back into my design. And I want to duplicate this element and add it to the other side. So I'll just click it and I can right click and hit copy and then paste. Or you can use the shortcuts on your keyboard. If I want to change the curve of the text here on future misses, I can select it and then I will select circle. And I can grab this here and I can either make it less curved or more curved depending on what I want. Now I want to add some effects to our text. So I'll select effects and you can either add some shading or decoration or you can add both depending on what you like. And you can easily change the offset, angle, and outline width of your shadow. So I'll add a slight offset here, as well as I'll change the angle. And then lastly, I will change the color of that shadow. If you want to make your design bigger, you can easily select all of the elements by just clicking and dragging and making sure you highlight everything. And you'll see the snapping feature here, that blue dotted line will appear so that you know that your design is centered on the canvas. Another nice thing you can do is if you want to space out the text, you can do that over here on the right hand side next to letter spacing. So I'll change this to 200 and then hit enter. Another really cool feature within Kittl is you can easily change the color palette of your design. So if you go down here to the bottom right hand corner where it says project colors, you can select color palettes. You can either change any individual color, so I can select that color and then change it to whatever color that I want. Or another thing you can do is change the entire color palette all at once. And I'll show you what I mean on a different design that I created earlier. This is another design that I created for the bridal party niche, so future Mrs. Wilson. It has more of a retro feel to it. But if you want to quickly change all of the colors within this design, just go to the right hand side here and you can look at all of their different options that they have, and they have some really nice palettes to choose from. And another thing I love about this is a very fast way to create several designs that you could list on Etsy by just changing the overall color palette. By using one of Kittl's templates, it makes it super easy to make a really nice design within a matter of minutes. I like looking through their templates for ideas and then making them my own. And what's really cool about them is you can easily edit the templates to fit into whatever niche you want. After you've completed your design, you are ready to download it to your computer. The first thing you will want to do is remove the background here. So go to the bottom right hand corner, select layers, and then scroll down to the bottom, and next to background you can turn the background off. And now we are ready to download it. So go to the top right hand corner, select download. Next to DPI, I recommend changing this to 300 to ensure high print quality, and then you can select PNG and that will download it to your computer. Now that we have our design completed, we are ready to create our mockups and list it on Etsy. If you want to know the best way to list on Etsy, watch this video right here, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.